Hello, I wanted to take a few minutes to go over Module 5 with you and all the assignments that are a part of Module 5. So what I've done is I have created 10 steps that are going to help you get through all the activities that make up Module 5. If you look at step 1, you're going to start by simply reading Chapter 4 in the textbook, which is pages 66 through 82. Once you've completed the textbook reading, you're going to go on to step 2, where you're going to watch the Steve Jobs Tech Talk video and complete the required discussion board activity. And this is due Tuesday, September 22nd by 11:59 p.m. If we go down below the 10 steps, you'll see the top activity here listed is the Steve Jobs How to Live Before You Die TED Talk video presentation. So you're going to click on the link to that forum, and you're going to see the details of the assignment here. There are two parts. In the first part, you're going to click the link here to watch about a 15-minute video. This is a video presented by TED Talk, presented by Steve Jobs. And you're going to formulate answers to one of two questions. You choose one or two here of the questions provided. And I want 3 to 5 quality sentences, serious answers to the questions that I've asked. And notice there are multiple questions that go along with each one. So you're going to answer those, and then you're going to go down here and add a new discussion or add a new question, and you're going to insert your response to the question in the forum. Once the due date has passed, you're eventually going to come back and you're going to complete the commenting portion, which requires you to add 2 different comments and gives you specific directions on what you need to do. So that's the first main activity you're going to do in Module 5. You're also going to, if I go on to step 3, going to sign up for one of 6 groups using the goal setting group project wiki, and this part is due by Tuesday, September 22nd by 11:59 p.m. as well. So if I go down below in the activities list and I look below Steve Jobs, I see goal setting group project wiki. You're going to click the link to this wiki, and you're going to go down through the list. You're going to click edit, and you're going to sign up for one of 6 groups, groups A through F. You're choosing your own groups for this activity. You might want to refer back to the Getting Started section of the course to review the introduction presentations in order to get a better idea of who you might want to work with on this project, and it will carry you through the next 3 weeks. Now, there will be other work that we have to do for this class meantime, but the main focus over the next 3 weeks is going to be on this goal setting project. So you're going to sign up for a group. Now, there are group activity directions, and I'm going to get back to those in a minute, but I want to finish going through the other stuff that I've listed on the top 10 list. Once I've completed step 3, signing up for one of 6 groups, I'm going to go on to step 4, which is to complete the individual goal setting forum activity. This is due by Tuesday, September 22nd as well. What you're doing is it's the next activity on the list, individual goal setting forum activity. You're going to click the link to the forum. Again, I've given specific directions. You're simply going to look at the question in the book on page 81, question number 2 in chapter 4, and you're going to write 1 academic goal and 1 professional goal based on the SMART categories, the 5 categories, which are specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time-bound. Once you've written your goal for the first part of each of those, you have 2 goals. The second part, you're going to go through and actually write out each of those specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, time-bound, and provide a brief 1-sentence statement about how each specific category is addressed in your goal, both academic and both professional. So you're going to, again, when you're ready, add a new question and put your information into the forum. Go back to the 10 list again. The next thing on the list is number 5, which is you're going to complete the commenting requirement for the TED Talk video discussion activity, which is due by September 24th, which is Thursday at 11:59 p.m. And you access that by simply going back to the Steve Jobs activity and going to the discussion and following the directions to comment on other students' postings. The rest of the directions from number 6 through number 10 guide you through what you're going to be doing for this group project and give you suggested timelines of what you need to be able to do in order to have this project completed by, as it says in step 9, Thursday, October 8th by 11:59 p.m. Now realize this is a group activity and there's a lot of work to do for this project. That's why it's spread out over the course of the next 3 weeks. If you wait till the very last week, you are going to have a lot of work you're going to have to do at the last minute in order to get this done. So I've kind of created this almost like a pacing guide to help you get there in a timely manner and not use more time dedicated to this course compared to what you're supposed to credit-wise. So you're going to start by getting into groups. As a group, you're going to decide which goal of everyone has created at this point in time, one academic goal, one professional goal, or one personal goal. And so group members, you're going to have 4 personal goals and 4 academic goals to choose from. You're going to narrow those down and pick one goal that you're going to focus on as the entire group. That's up to you as a group to decide. Look at the directions. If I go into the goal setting group project, at the top it says view group activity directions, and if I click on this link, I'm taken to a page that shows that you're going to have 2 options you're going to have to do. You're going to be able to choose from the roadmap to success activity or rolling the dice. You're going to have to do one of the 2 and your group's going to decide on that. So what you're going to do in roadmap to success is you're simply going to create a roadmap kind of like you would printed directions or a GPS in order to get from point A to point B, except you're starting with where you are now and how to get to where you're accomplishing your goal. So you're going to create 3 deliverables out of this. You're going to create a set of written directions that are going to take you step by step from beginning to end of how to accomplish that goal. Along the way, you're going to address these questions. Are there road bumps, things that get in your way, stuff that might hinder you, all kinds of stuff. I've listed questions here that have to be answered and addressed in your project. And then the second part is you're going to collaboratively work together to create an actual physical graphical map. This can be done a number of ways. You can go online and find blank templates that you can print out and use, and then you can add your information to them. You can hand draw this, scan it, send it back and forth. You can use Microsoft Paint to design it. There's all kinds of tools where you can create or add to a file and then pass it on to other members of your group. So that's the map option. Notice at the very bottom that there is going to be a group evaluation on team participation. You are going to evaluate your own personal performance, and you are going to evaluate the performance of the others in your group. This is very important. It is imperative that you participate throughout the entire course of the group project. 1 person, 2 people are not going to do it all, or else your grade is going to be severely reduced because you didn't participate. So this is expected, and your peers will be grading you, so you will be held accountable for participating in this activity. The same group part evaluation takes place at the end of rolling the dice. The only difference between the 2 assignments is that if you choose the rolling the dice option, you're going to be designing a board game with the same things in mind. You have different questions you have to answer, but you are going to create a written set of directions or rules for the game that address the questions that I've put here. And you're also going to create an actual board game. Like, this is another place where you might go online and find a template, a blank game template that you can use to start out to work from, but you're going to turn this goal setting into a game, a start, a finish, and how to get there in between. You again will address things in the middle like hazards and challenges and different stuff like that. You've got a list of all those things you have to answer and address. Again, you are going to work in groups to complete this activity, and it is a big part of your overall grade for this class. Notice that the activity, when I total up the points, is worth 125 points. This is the most valuable activity of the entire semester. If you do not complete this activity, it's going to be very hard for you to do well in this class. So you're going to have to get started now, and you're going to have to work together. You can communicate through email, number of different tools. You can share phone numbers, different things you're going to have to do, but you're going to have to work together as a group to complete this activity. It's not just one person. And I'm going to see that when I get the evaluations. So if I go back to the beginning of Module 5, that is what is all going to take place within Module 5. The final thing is the group participation evaluations, which will be due October 13th. I have not added those. I have not put up there what you're going to use for that part. I'll get that up hopefully next week so you can see how you're going to be evaluated. And I'll start getting some of the rubrics that are going to be used to grade you. So it's very important that you go ahead and get started immediately with what you need to do for Module 5.